Oh, grandkids! So nice to see you guys. Here, come have a seat. Come have a seat over here. Oh, you Tronpa is so happy to see you guys.
Tell us the story of the first TRONSGIVING.
Tell you the story of the first TRONSGIVING? Well, I'd be happy to. Well, you see, it all started back in 2017. Back then, BitBoy wasn't even BitBoy. In fact, he wasn't even a crypto superhero. He had bought Bitcoin way back in 2012, but he didn't start getting into altcoins until November of 2017. One of the first altcoins he bought was Tron. He didn't even know what it was, but he remembered liking that movie with the glow-in-the-dark motorcycles. After he bought it, the price skyrocketed from less than a penny all the way to 30 cents. Ben, as they called him back then, thought he was finally going to get that Lambo. The price had dropped some in January, but he knew the price was going to shoot way up because there were rumors of a big announcement from CEO Justin Sun. Ben watched in anticipation for a huge announcement from Justin Sun during a live stream. However, while the live stream was happening, the price plummeted and never recovered. As months went by, Ben became BitBoy, an incredibly good-looking crypto superhero who brought edutainment to all of his followers, who became known as the Bit Squad. For many months, Tron had become the butt of almost all of BitBoy's jokes. The Bit Squad laughed and laughed at these hilarious antics, and if I do say so myself, they were hysterical. However, in June of that year, something extraordinary happened. Tron bought BitTorrent. At that point, BitBoy stopped laughing and started listening. The more BitBoy continued looking at Tron, the more he began to actually think maybe Tron did have a place in the crypto environment. For months, BitBoy had secretly been studying Tron and looking through the clutter, hype, and FUD to try to discover the truth. The truth became clear that while Tron has a long way to go, it may actually be on the right track. On the first annual TRONSGIVING, BitBoy finally decided to stop making fun of Tron and make an investment into it. He of course told all of the Bit Squad this was not financial advice, as was customary in those days. From that point forward, the Bit Squad and Tronians lived in peace and prosperity. Now each year on TRONSGIVING, BitBoy and Justin Sun celebrate with a Tronky dinner. It's actually a turkey that rides to the feast on a Tron cycle, and then they eat it. And that, kids, was the story of the first TRONSGIVING.
That was such a great start.
It was. The way the Bit Squad and the Tronians learned to live together. And I think we could all use a lesson, just like that, on this year's TRONSGIVING. Hey guys, welcome to BitBoy Crypto. I am your host, BitBoy. Hope you guys enjoyed that intro. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on the content of this video since the intro is pretty long. But the point of this video is I'm going to explain to you guys why I personally, this is not to compel anyone else, I'm explaining to you personally why I've changed my mind on Tron and why I've actually made an investment, and a pretty good chunk investment at that, into Tron, and why I think it's got a lot of potential. But before we go any further, make sure you are a member of our community. Become a member of the Bit Squad by clicking the subscribe button and the bell for notifications. Also, drop a like on this video because it's nice. And if you do that and you make a comment, you have the opportunity to win $500 in Ethereum merch for our October and November giveaway. We're going to be doing a giveaway in December as well. Going to be called the 12 Days of Cryptomas. So you guys make sure to stay tuned for that. But for this contest, you can find the description below of the contest details, but you do have to be a subscriber to win, so go ahead and click that button. So, okay, guys, I've made fun of Tron for a long time, and if you listen to my intro, that's pretty much a true story on exactly why I was bitter at Tron. And you know what? For a long time, there was so much negativity about Tron, and there were a lot of legitimate reasons why I'm honestly surprised at this point that Tron has made it this far. But now that it has gotten this far, it's actually doing pretty well. And once again, this is not me trying to compel you to change your mind on Tron. From this point forward, I'm probably going to be talking pretty favorably about Tron, unless there's something negative that happens. Of course, I'll be unbiased about it. So I want to give you guys the reason for the change for me personally. And it really comes down to three things. Number one is the scalability of Tron. Number two is BitTorrent, which also factors into the scalability, but there's another aspect to that as well. And then number three, the potential, the upside, if you will, of Tron. So back in June, Tron announced that they were buying BitTorrent. Or I can't remember if they actually did the announcement, but the news broke that they were buying BitTorrent. And one thing people don't know about that announcement is that Neo had actually tried to buy BitTorrent also. Now, Neo's having problems right now because I feel like a lot of people are focused on ontology. However, at that point, nobody would have said Neo was a bad project. I still don't think anybody would say it's a terrible project, maybe a few people. But the thing about it is, they were competing head to head to try to buy BitTorrent, and Tron won out. And in my opinion, that is the moment when Tron went from being all hype to totally legitimate. And so when it comes to the scalability, what does that basically mean? It means how many transactions a network can handle. If we were to go back to last year when Ethereum was getting super clogged, the reason was because of CryptoKitties. It was a DApp, a decentralized application built on top of Ethereum, and it was being used everywhere for a couple weeks, and it was clogging the network so much it was almost unusable. Well, I found this that just came out recently about Tron's weekly update, and they've now outpaced Ethereum's daily transactions record. We reported last month on how, for the first time, the daily transactions of Tron had actually passed Ethereum for a couple of days in a row. Well, that's extended. And now Tron has actually beaten the all-time daily record, which is 1.36 million for one day is the new transaction record. Before that, it was Ethereum's high of 1.34 million transactions. So right now, Tron is crushing Ethereum on scalability. A lot of people would say that Tron basically is a carbon copy of Ethereum, right? The white paper was, we all know, people think the white paper was plagiarized from different places, and part of that was Ethereum's. However, now that Tron has launched its mainnet and it's showing that it can handle these transactions, and it's totally irrelevant how these transactions are happening in my mind. Even if there are members of the Tron community that are overinflating these numbers on purpose, like sending small transactions just for sending them, that doesn't matter. The fact is, it is handling these transactions, and I've been super impressed with this. Then they also have a new DApp that has come out, and it is called, the standout introduction to the Tron DApp ecosystem was Snatchtron. It is called Snatchtron. No jokes there. A game built using smart contracts on the Tron blockchain. Moreover, it has multiplayer support and offers incentives to latecomers. Within a month of its existence, the game has transacted over 200 million Tron. Totally insane how well that game is doing compared to other dApps. Not just on Tron, but everywhere. dApps have not been used very popularly yet. Okay, so the actual fact it is scaling for these transactions, it honestly blows me away that this has happened. So when you go and you look back on some stuff that people said, you go to August when Charles Hoskinson, the CEO and founder of Cardano and also Ethereum Classic, he was in charge of that for a while, and also worked with Dan Larimer on BitShares. And he said that BitTorrent, the purchase of BitTorrent by Tron was incredible because BitTorrent has actually been able to scale. It is a scalable protocol. And we're going to get into just a second one specific thing they're going to be using BitTorrent for, but just the fact that they brought on a team of people, and yes, it wasn't in the crypto space, but they've done the scalability. They did it through what is called sharding, right? Which is where they break down files and then send them in a decentralized way. They were already doing that. So the fact that they brought that team on and members of the BitTorrent community, that's absolutely huge. When you look at Ethereum and its scalability problems, how are they trying to solve it? They're trying to solve it also with sharding. That is the future of Ethereum. So Tron's brought someone on who's already done that. So that is very impressive to me. And I'm not the only person that feels that way. A lot of people do, but the fact that Charles Hoskinson, which we know is a I like what he does for the space, but he's very prideful. He's very he doesn't really like giving credit to other projects. So the fact that he is giving credit to Tron for this purchase and to BitTorrent, I thought that was absolutely huge. Now, one way they're going to be using BitTorrent is the Project Atlas. And Project Atlas is basically a way that they're going to be doing advertising. And so what they're going to be doing is offering decentralized advertising to companies. And it's really good because, of course, we know there's no way to advertise crypto right now, right? So here's the bonus of bringing on the BitTorrent community. With around 100 million active monthly users and 45 million daily users, BitTorrent represents a huge ready-made audience for ads of any kind. That means getting into their advertising network brings a ton of opportunity for communities or for companies. And this is the really cool part. But it isn't just a big audience, it's the right audience for crypto companies too. BitTorrent's user base consists largely of young tech-savvy people who already understand well the benefits of a decentralized web. So now they brought in an audience for their advertising that they're going to be doing. So just something else that's absolutely huge that not only is going to extend the reach of crypto companies, but it's going to more importantly extend the reach of Tron by bringing all these companies into their ecosystem, even if it is just for advertising. So let's talk about Tron itself in terms of the market value of it. So right now, Tron is coming in at about a penny and a half, 319 Satoshis. It's ranked number 11 on CoinMarketCap.com. Now let's look at the numbers here for just a little bit. Now I have done a full review on Tron. You guys can find that on my Coin and Token playlist. But so this isn't a review of Tron by any stretch of the imagination. But the market cap right now is sitting at $941 million, which isn't really important to this conversation. But the circulating supply is. So the circulating supply is 65 billion Tron. You can see the total supply is 99 billion Tron, which of course is why the price, even though the market cap is high, is so low at a penny and a half or 319 Satoshis. Well, what happened is Tron was at 100 billion for total supply. They burned a billion tokens just like that. So it dropped down to 99 billion tokens. Then they locked up 33.25 billion Tron, well, now they're coins, Tron coins. They were tokens when they were ERC20, but now they have their own mainnet. They are coins. Now, Tron has locked away these tokens until 2020, January 1st of 2020, actually. So since they've done that, that means that at that point, they may release more tokens out. Now, let's assume that they released 10 billion more of those, and that would put the circulating supply at 75 billion. They probably will release them in stages, kind of like Bitcoin is released in stages, of course, due to mining. But let's say they did that and the number was at 75 billion. I'm about to explain to you guys how, with 75 billion circulating coins, Tron can reach $10. I believe it's actually very possible. Now, I'm getting into the third aspect of why I think Tron is a great buy for me personally, in my opinion. And it has to do with the upside. Yes, there is a chance that despite all of the good things we've talked about here revolving around Tron, that they could totally fail. Tron has the opportunity to fail. There's no question about it. This is not guaranteed money by any stretch of the imagination. But if they continue on this current trajectory and continue with their marketing, they have the figurehead with Justin Sun, they could continue to improve. Now, if there were 75 billion tokens, which right now there are 65 billion, but we're assuming when they get locked, how can Tron reach $10 a piece? Okay, if we look at the current market cap is at $146 billion. During the last bull run, it was over $900 billion. So if we were ever to get to a $20 trillion market cap, which many people believe is possible, let's say by 2025, let's say 7 years down the road, we could get to a $20 trillion market cap, which we've already been at almost $1 trillion. So it's not a huge stretch by any stretch of the imagination to think that this could actually happen. I personally believe that it will happen, and I think 7 years is a pretty good estimate. Well, if we look at Bitcoin right now, it is at over 50% of the market. The market cap is $78 billion. The price is 4.491 thousand. If you multiply those, or if you multiply the price by the circulating supply, you get the market cap. So with all that being said, if let's say Tron at 75 billion tokens. We have to pick a number between 65 billion and 99. We're going to go with 75 here. It's 75 billion tokens or coins, Tron coins now they are, since they have their mainnet. What would it take for it to reach $10? Well, if we were to say the price of Tron were to be $10 and we were to say 75 billion Tron coins, then you multiply that by 10. It's very simple. You get $750 billion, which is way more than the crypto market cap right now and way more than, obviously, their market cap coming in at less than $1 billion right now. But if Tron were able to continue moving forward, Bitcoin Cash were to fall, EOS were to fall, several of these in the top 10 were to fall down, and Tron could get a slot in the top 5 with a $20 trillion market cap. If all of the percentages stayed about the same, Tron could do it. Tron would need 4% of the total crypto marketplace. Right now, to put that in perspective, Bitcoin is over 53%, XRP is at 12%, Ethereum is at 9%, and Bitcoin Cash and Stellar are at 2.5%. So if it were to get in the top 5, then 4% is totally doable. And with a $20 trillion market cap and all of the hype behind Tron, I actually think it's got a chance to get there. And so for me, Tron looks like it may be one of my longest term holds now that I've made an investment in it. I think if you look at one penny, let's just say the price is 1 penny, it's a penny and a half right now, all the way to $10. I mean, that's obviously a 1,000x gain. It is possible. I'm not trying to fill your dreams with rainbows and candy canes and everything, unicorns, everything fabulous in the world that is of a fairy tale nature. But I am telling you, I've just broken down some math for you so you understand what it will take for Tron to get there, and you have to make your decision on whether or not you think it actually has the potential. I've said that Tron, in my opinion, has the most potential probably in the top 20, if not further. In my mind, it's the only one that still has a chance to 1000x. I know it sounds crazy. I'm not trying to pump you up. I'm just trying to tell you by the math how it is possible and why I believe that it actually has a chance. So thank you everybody so much for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the beginning. Hope you guys enjoyed the end. I hope you guys enjoyed the whole thing. Go ahead and drop a like on this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and happy Tronsgiving.